Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia, Amane's route. But we're not talking to Amane right now. For some reason, Yumiko has a request for us, which is unusual.
I was about to say, we're talking to Yumiko, whose route we're not on.
Well, and it's like how last time we kind of spent a fair amount of time with Machina, even though we're on Amane's route. But all right, sure. All right, what's up, Yumiko?
What?
今日搬入予定の図書室の本が届いたのだけれど、業者が間違えて寮の方へ届けてしまったのよ。
Ah, she wants a pack mule. Is this payback for making you carry the projector to the classroom that time?
Ooh, now that you mention it, I did notice a truck there this afternoon. Well, must have been the one.
それで申し訳ないのだけれど、届いた本を図書室まで運び込んでもらえないかしら。業者の人はもう帰ってしまったし、力仕事だから小峰さんには頼みにくくて。
I think you underestimate her abilities.
Oh, very well. I was looking forward to getting some new material in the library myself, so I'll lend a hand.
そう、ありがとう。そう言ってもらえると助かるわ。
Just need me to lug them over here?
ええ、運んできてもらえれば、あとは私が棚に並べるわ。
Roger, let's get started. And she's like, don't call me Roger.
I think that's the most civil conversation we've had with her, and maybe also the most that she's said at one time without threatening us.
Yeah, probably.
Interesting. It's pretty rare for Sakaki to ask someone for help like this, and unexpected. Above all else, she's a proud woman, and I'm sure I rank among the very last people she'd ever want to ask for help. So when she swallows that pride and turns to me, I can't very well just shoot her down. On top of which, I honestly do want more books in the library.
That said, wasn't expecting this many.
A mountain of sizable cardboard boxes are stacked up next to the dorm's front entrance, and if they're full of books, they're probably insanely heavy. Assuming around 24 books per box and 16 boxes in all, I've got a good 384 volumes or so to carry over to the schoolhouse.
Might have been a little too hasty agreeing to that request.
You mean to tell me that there's not a hand truck or something we can use in this overpriced, overfunded facility?
Well, nothing I can do about it now. I accepted the job, so I've got to carry it out.
Literally.
In a situation like this, it's better to get moving before you think too much.
And don't stop no matter what. If you stand around too long in front of a task like this, it's easy to get paralyzed by your self-pity. This'll never get done unless I finish it. Just have to chip away at the mountain. In short, it's something like mowing the maneuvering grounds, in which case there's only one conclusion. Blow up.
Very good, Parent.
That would also work.
Huh. A mere 16 round trips. Ah, don't make me laugh.
If you ask the thinking men and women of the world, they'd probably tell you mindless jobs are the most miserable of all. But I'm not one of those people. By nature, I'm well suited to this sort of simple work.
I'm a simple man.
あれ、ユージ？あんた何してんの？こんなところで。
I'm simple Yuuji.
I'm just transporting these here books to that there library.
Sakaki asked me to get them their books to that there library.
Why all of a sudden are we reprising characters from Psy Portal? You're Hikari all over again.
I really miss playing that.
I know, we need to go back to that game.
Oh, hey.
Nope, we're keeping it.
Never mind. Exactly.
この段ボールなんだろうって思ってたけど、本なんだ。手伝おうか？
No, that's all right. You were just heading out on some errand, right?
I really have expected you to just keep going with that accent.
If I did, I would have had to do it for the whole episode, and I'm not doing that.
No, I don't blame you.
まあ、夕飯のお買い物に行こうかと思ってたんだけど。
Well, then that's your job at the moment. I'll take care of this.
そっか。じゃあ、今日の晩ご飯は、ユージの好きなものにしてあげる。何が食べたい？
Anything's fine.
その意見が一番困るんですけど。
Really? I was trying to imply that anything you make is delicious.
も
もう、おだてても何も出ないわよ。
Are you sure?
Oh, all right then. Maybe a bit spicy, maybe?
A bowl of rice, but she serves it wearing nothing but an apron.
辛いも
That
の
would
っ
be saucy?
ていうと、カレーとか麻婆豆腐？
I'll leave the details to you. Just feel like something with a bit of a kick to it.
わかった。それじゃあ何か辛いものね。
Makin is gonna eat it too, so keep the intensity reasonable.
了解。そんじゃあ7時ぐらいにはできてるから、私の部屋に来て。
I'm not Roger. I mean, got it.
Wait a minute. I thought Yumiko was Roger. We're not talking about her. When asked, what do you feel like having for dinner? The man who answers, anything's fine, is undeniably negligent. So we're undeniably negligent.
Accurate.
All right.
I mean, we should have answered, oh, can we have chicken nuggets that are shaped like dinosaurs?
With spicy ketchup?
Ooh, yeah.
Is it just me, or is the woman who demands an answer to that question being a bit unreasonable in her own right? No, it's just you.
No, 100%, because this is one of my pet peeves whenever I ask, hey, I'm gonna order food, what do you want? And somebody says, anything's fine. And I'm like, this has made my job harder.
Yeah, no, it's different if you say, hey, can I take a look at a menu or something like that?
I'm fine. Yeah, no. If somebody says, hey, if somebody says, hey, I want this restaurant, choose for me out of that restaurant, I like anything. Okay, sure. But I need at least some detail.
Yeah, especially if it offers a lot of different things. It's fine if it's just like, I don't know, a chicken restaurant where everything is chicken.
Yeah.
But if they've got a variety of things, nah.
But no, if it's like, oh, I want KFC, I don't care what you get me. It's like, well, all right, we all know what this is going to end up being.
Congratulations, you're getting the bucket of chicken livers, and you're going to like it.
I actually really like chicken.
What are you, a ghoul? The average young man doesn't exactly have a sophisticated palate.
I'm not exactly sure I would call myself a young man, but that's absolutely true.
They can tell the difference between salty, sweet, and spicy, but that's about it. In most cases, they'll find pretty much anything with a strong flavor delicious.
I feel called out by this.
You are Yuuji in this case. Speaking of which, Amane's cooking seems to have been influenced by the restrained style of her mother's homeland. I can't deny that her subtly flavored dishes sometimes feel a bit lacking in impact to me, typical young man that I am. That would be the reason I decided to request something spicy, which necessarily demands heavier seasoning. It might be a somewhat risky request to make of some people, but in Amane's case, I'm sure she won't put out anything as absurdly hot. It'll probably be reasonably spicy as a complement to a rich overall flavor. I mean, now that I think about it, I've eaten Amane's cooking many times before, but I don't think she's ever served me anything I just couldn't finish. Probably the fruit of her ma's vaunted training regiment, or Grisaia.
I see. A well-trained big dog, huh? That sounds about right.
That's just gonna be the through line of this entire route, isn't it? Amane is dog. Done.
あなた、さっきから何を一人でブツブツと言っているの？
Look, I'm moving the books.
How long have you been here?
A few minutes.
My apologies. Did you find it creepy?
Yes.
独り言を言う癖は直した方がいいわよ。
Duly noted. On a different note, can you cook, Sakaki?
No, I have servants to do that for me.
何？急に。
Oh, I'm idle curiosity, I guess.
あなた、電子レンジって知ってる？
I have heard of such a thing.
Well, but of course, the microwave oven is a sacred treasure, dropped from heaven by a benevolent God to save the single males of the world.
そう、その通り。そしてその恩恵に預かるのは独身男性のみにあらずってね。こう見えても私は電子レンジとおヤングの湯切りの腕はプロ級よ。
What about the ones that you accidentally dropped in the sink and then walked away from?
How about the ones that have the silver inside lining so you can't do that without making the microwave explode? Just asking for a friend who may or may not have done that.
Was the microwave salvageable?
Actually, yes.
Alright.
I mean, my friend got it out in time.
Good for your friend.
Yep, good for him. We were born in a good era, Sakaki.
ええ、本当に。こればかりは親に感謝するわ。
Here are the books.
ご苦労様。どんどん運び込んでちょうだい。
Please?
Right.
Or not. Come to think of it, in this microwave age of ours, domestic cooks like Amane might be a fairly rare subcategory of the female population. And against that contrast of insipid frozen foods and instant TV dinners, warm homemade meals grab the male heart all the more firmly.
That is 100% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody who did live on banquet meals for literal years of my life in university.
Yeah, that's fair. I can cook, I'm just too lazy to do it for myself.
I have the skill of instant noodle. Not microwave. I'm talking about actual,
Yeah, the ones you make on the stove, I get it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my belated decisions to accept Amane's profession of love had a lot to do with that. Cooking is something I mostly handled by myself, for myself. That's how it's been for a long time, even back when I was living with my master. Not to say that JB didn't pop in and whip up a meal every once in a while, but perhaps thanks to her crude, sloppy approach to cooking, I can't say the food ever really felt like a family meal.
Spaghetti and pasta and ketchup. Done.
Did you say spaghetti and pasta and ketchup?
Cut one of those.
All right.
And that line afterwards where you question it.
Anyway, as for Amane, her evident experience in the kitchen is really striking. She knows the difference between spaghetti and pasta.
Look, they're not the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. All spaghetti is pasta, but not all pasta is spaghetti?
Yes. It is squares and rectangles, yeah.
Her mother's lessons must have been strict and extensive indeed, and they must have started very young. Amane's approach to cooking is that of a self-assured housewife who's spent many years putting food on the table every night. I still remember a little maxim Amane once shared with me. Flashback. Or not. Every human being has to eat. If a woman can cook, she can marry anyone in a country and manage just fine for herself. Indeed, wise words. At the time, I nodded in agreement. From that perspective, Amane's certainly a hell of a woman. You could hardly ask for more, in fact. Any way you look at it, the girl's definitely wasted on the likes of me. Well, at least you know it. Unlike Sakaki, she can cook. Unlike Michiru, she doesn't bark at random like a deranged chihuahua. Alright.
Actually, weirdly, Michiru and Chihuahua do sound... Yeah? That does feel like a weirdly accurate analogy.
It kind of does. Unlike Makina, she has a rich feminine body, and unlike Sachi, she doesn't bottle up her emotions inside, or have to be oiled periodically.
Did I hit the jackpot here?
また気味の悪い独り言。
Sorry, Sakaki. Mind if I just say one thing?
どうぞ。
Couldn't hurt to try learning how to cook.
そうね。でも私は料理をしないだけでできないわけじゃないわ。
I feel like that's me if I was less honest. I see. More books.
ありがとう。次々と運んでちょうだい。
How many trips are we into at this point? Is this just the second trip?
Very well.
Is this entire episode just going to be us delivering books to the library?
There's actually he has, what, 15 soliloquies or whatever he said it would be?
I believe it was 16 round trips. Honestly, with Yuuji,
All right.
I believe that. Unfortunately for you, Sakaki, my friend, I've spent a long time among women who can't cook, and every one of them has said the same thing, JB being the representative example. I do understand that a female's charm isn't defined by her skill in the kitchen, but when you get right down to it, the number one thing men want from women in their life is warmth. Next on the conventional list would probably be nursing, followed by entertainment. In summary, men want hospitality from their partner. If a woman satisfies those needs, it can easily make up for severe shortcomings in some other respect, even physical attractiveness.
Although Amane's pretty near a perfect score in that field as well.
She's attentive to detail, skilled at cooking, and ridiculously sexy.
I think that's the first time he said that, actually.
You know what? Yeah. That's the biggest compliment he's probably given her this entire time. Objectively speaking, pretty much a perfect choice for a relationship, worthy of a round of applause. But precisely because I think that way, it's hard to get my head around the idea that she'd fall in love with me, of all people. They say women tend to look for a promise in their young men, but I hardly think I have anything of the sort. Quite the opposite. Every day brings with it a chance that I'll be rotting in the grave before evening. I'm a worthless stray dog of a human being, a wolf that dressed itself up as a sheep in its pathetic desperation for warmth. There's practically nothing about me to attract a woman like Amane. There's no reason why people fall in love, or perhaps you could say the reasons are frequently impossible to express in words. I do understand that much, but still, I can't help but think, why me? I suppose it's possible that she noticed the stink of carrion on my breath and mistook it for the titillating aroma of a wild man. But that's no different from the fleeting, shallow delusion of a middle school girl who gets a crush on the class delinquent. In that case, there's a chance that Amane will part from me on her own in time, and will end up looking back on this relationship with embarrassment.
But that's fine. In the end, whatever Amane sees in me is, well, a mirage. And little girls have to face reality eventually.
No one is forcing you to stay here and listen.
What's wrong? You no longer have the energy to make fun of me talking to myself.
いいえ、独り言もここまで来れば指摘ねと少し感心していたところよ。
You should have heard what was inside my head.
Think you'd buy a copy of my soliloquies in collected form?
著書を身内に買わせるぐらいなら作家は諦めた方が賢明よ。
No, that was a question, not a demand.
Sakaki, you say clever things sometimes.
でしょ？いずれ榊由美子名言集として出版する予定だから、その時はあなたにも一冊送るわ。サイン付きで。
Skip the personal dedication. It just makes it harder to sell it to the used bookstore.
Nonsense, you can definitely sell it to the used bookstore. It's eBay where that becomes a problem.
くだらないことを言ってる暇があったらさっさと運ぶ。
Hey, you were supposed to compliment our joke.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh boy. Continuing my exceptionally self-centered and repetitive ruminations. Well, at least he's aware of that too. I carry over the cardboard boxes one after another. And after finishing the physical labor, I stick around to help Sakaki shelve the books. It's somewhat tedious work, but we pass the time exchanging opinions on stuff that we've read recently. Before I notice, it's already past 9 p.m. Oh no, our dinner!
ごめんなさい。こんな遅くまで付き合わせてしまって。
I'm more concerned about why there were so many crickets in the library.
Not your fault. I can't just leave the job unfinished after all.
お詫びにどこかで夕食でもどうかしら。もちろん料金は私が持つわ。
Whose route is this anyway?
Appreciate the offer, but I've got...
どうかした？
Oh shit, I just remembered.
Crap. Oh no, completely slipped my mind. I promised I'd be at Amane's room for dinner at 7.
あら大変。 スオさん待ちくたびれているんじゃなくて？
No, she's probably still there.
Well, I'm a good 2 hours late. Don't you think she just went ahead, probably, and ate?
どうかしら。スオさんそういうところは変に律儀だから、あなたが来るのをずっと待っている可能性もあるような。
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this isn't good.
Or Makina's eaten everything and fallen into a food coma at this point.
ひどく怒ら
That
れ
is
そうなら
actually possible.
私のせいにして言い訳をなさいな。榊に無理やり手伝わされていたのだと言えば、少しは彼女の留飲も下がるのではないかしら。
Huh.
No. Rather than risk making things worse with some half-assed lie, I'd prefer to be honest from the start and apologize. I'm the one in the wrong here. I can't be dishonest on top of it all.
You know, I gotta give him credit. That is a good approach. Probably gonna get him in trouble, but a good approach.
あなた、そういうところで不器用ね。ま、決して嫌いではないけれど。
Why are we on your route?
Yeah, really.
I'm well aware that I'm a clumsy man. No need to rub it in.
Turns out Amane's route is actually everybody else's route but Amane.
it's accidentally set to reverse.
It was set to mini instead of wumbo.
ところで、あなたとスオさんって男女交際的な意味でお付き合いはあるのかしら？
Yeah, I guess Amane's become my girlfriend somehow or other.
But I'm not her boyfriend, apparently.
そう。
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah. He did. Sorry, I wasn't really trying to keep it a secret or anything, but I kind of wanted to avoid a big fuss. So I decided not to bring it up until somebody asked.
Now it's gonna spread through the school like wildfire to all 6 people.
まあ、最近のあなたたちを見ていれば、言われなくてもそれとなく察しはつくでしょうけどね。
Really? Well, I did figure you'd notice eventually, but the others... Well, not to put too fine a point on it, but they're more on the oblivious side of things.
そうね。松島さんあたりは、はっきりと言葉にしなければ、いつまでも気がつかないかもしれないわね。
We get to the end of the route and she's just like, wait, you guys were dating?
Yep. No, we get to the end of the route, it skips to the future. We're getting married, and she's like, never even knew they were dating.
You know?
You have a point. In her case, a preemptive announcement might prevent a lot more hassle down the road.
そうなさいな。一時的に機嫌が悪くなるかもしれないけれど、きっとあなたたちを祝福してくれると思うから。
Yeah, I'll do that.
何にせよ、今日はご苦労様。スオさんには私からも謝っていたと伝えておいてもらえるかしら。
Got it. I'll pass it on.
You know, I can't help but feel like he would have been done by 7 if he didn't spend so much time in his own head.
それじゃ、また明日、学校で。
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Alright then, guess I better head to Amane's room.
I told her I'd be there at 7, and it's now a solid 9:15. I'm a full 2 hours and 15 minutes late.
Depending on the country, not Japan, but depending on the country, it's fine.
I was about to say, yeah, if this were Spain or something like that, yeah, sure. Amane may not be the type to bark for no reason, but this surely warrants a good yapping. I enter her room fully prepared for such an eventuality, but the outcome is surprisingly painless.
おかえりユージ。どうする？すぐにご飯食べる？それとも先にお風呂にする？
Wait, I thought you were supposed to add in the do you want food, a bath, or me? Have we not gotten that far yet?
Aww.
It's not like I particularly wanted her to get angry at me, but this completely nonchalant attitude is almost creepy. Not as creepy as the dolls that are staring at us, but close. Especially that one clown on the second, middle row. I don't like it.
Wait,
お風呂にするなら急いだ
Wait,
方
what
が
do
い
you
い
mean
よ。
third,
あんまり
second,
遅くなる
middle
と
row?
さっちゃんが
What?
大浴場のお湯を抜いちゃうから。
I got my orientation mixed up because I was trying to figure out does the top of it count as a row?
Oh, okay. So
The little black and
Wait.
white one next to the one full of
In-
tan-looking
in the
ones.
little hat that looks like a little snowman.
Yeah.
Huh. I think that one's way less creepy than like the. For some reason, the yellow.
With the blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more I look at that, the more that one creeps me out more. It's no Scary Berry, but you know, nobody's gonna get that reference anyway.
No, even though it's a good reference.
It's an older reference, but it checks out.
Right.
Oh hey, the crawfish turned blue.
Oh, that's a good catch. I did not notice. That is an awesome detail.
I'm paying attention to the wrong things in this episode.
But I mean, me too. I didn't notice either.
That's cool.
That's a great little minor detail. I love those.
Yeah, I do appreciate that.
私の部屋のお風呂でよければいつでも入れるけどどうする？
Wait, you have a bath?
Let's eat first. I'll take a bath in my own room.
そう？じゃあすぐにご飯の用意するね。温めるだけだから座って待ってて。
Yeah, thanks. Hey, Amane.
何？
I said I'd be here at 7 and I showed up well past 9, didn't get in touch. Aren't you angry?
Do you want me to be angry?
そりゃまあ面白くはないけどこんなことになるんじゃないかなって気はしてたしね。
I mean, yeah, that's right. I mean, not that it's her fault. She just asked me to carry over the boxes, and I finished that by 6. I decided to stay and help put the books away on my own initiative.
わかってるって。だから別に怒ってないし。
I don't know, I kind of think he wants you to be upset.
それとも怒ってほしいのかな？もうブンスカだぞーみたいな感じで。
Harumph.
I didn't get a rump out of that guy.
Harumph.
Seriously annoying.
でしょ？だから怒ってないってば。でも次にまた遅れるときは事前に電話とかもらえると安心するかな。
I'll keep that in mind.
はーい、お待たせ。辛いのがいいって言うから麻婆丼にしてみた。ひき肉の代わりにあんたの大好きな豆を使って作ってみたんだけどどうかな？
My beloved beans.
Let's see.
Amane places the spicy tofu on rice dish in question on the table, along with a side of Chinese egg soup. At a glance, it seems a perfectly normal mapo bowl, but in closer examination reveals the standard minced pork has been replaced with finely ground beans. Vividly pale buds of garlic create a nice visual contrast, stirring my appetite. I push my Chinese spoon into the mapo bowl, scoop out a large hunk of rice covered in the thick bean paste, and take a bite. A rich flavor instantly fills my mouth. A moderately sharp, spicy tang provides a nice accent.
Nice work. This is really good.
でしょ？よかった。
You can really make anything delicious, can't you?
でもあんたってさ、何食べさせてもうまいって言うよね。本当に美味しいの？
Okay, that actually is a valid point because I think he has said earlier. Yeah.
He has no standards when it comes to food.
You tried a bit yourself, didn't you?
まあ、一応ね。
Well, then take another bite and see for yourself. Come on, open wide.
Choo-choo.
Look, I'm telling you to give me an open mouth. Here comes the plane. See, delicious, isn't it?
うん。
You should really have a little more confidence in your culinary skills.
そうかな。
I mean, if you're really that suspicious, try feeding me something disgusting as an experiment, and I'll tell you exactly how crappy it is.
そんなことできないよ。喜んでもらうために作ってるんだから。
Well, mission accomplished.
I really, truly do. I like the way that you kept the spiciness moderate, for one thing. Did you season this with Makina's taste in mind?
ああ、うん。っていうか、私の好みかな。マキナ、ああ見えて結構辛いの平気だし。
That does not surprise me.
Come to think of it, where is Makina?
あの子なら、もうご飯も済ませてお風呂も入ったから、今はさっちゃんと一緒に談話室の大きなテレビでいつもの番組を見てるよ。
Oh no, we're missing Tuna Fish Man.
Tuna Fish Man, we should leave. Oh, right. That one with the lunatic professor who's always getting mauled by animals?
Wait, what?
うん、それ。今日は2時間特番なんだってさ。
What?
Oh, all right. I kind of want to know more about that one. Come to think of it, when I passed by the lounge on the way to my room, I remember catching a glimpse of a frenzied Machina gnawing on Michiru's head, although I pretended not to notice.
Why didn't we get a CG for that?
I know! Way to bury the lead.
I bet my money Michiru just happened to be passing by when a television-addled grizzly bear went looking for prey. Girl's got no luck, does she?
何が？
Nothing of value, I assure you. Don't worry about it.
そう？
Having thoroughly enjoyed Amane's considerate hospitality, I head back to my own room in order to take a bath.
And so I've returned to my room. But...
えへへ。
She followed me.
Don't me. Why'd you follow? Me.
I want to wash your back.
だってお風呂に入るんでしょ？
Yep.
一緒に入って背中流してあげようかと思って。
But Amane, you're too tall for the opaque text box to do anything.
Gonna have to go with a no thank you.
へえ。
Don't me either. What are you thinking?
だって私ユージの彼女なんでしょ？だったらそんぐらいしたっていいじゃん。
Well,
Well, let's see. What kind of scolding would be appropriate here?
Joyce.
Choice.
Dang it. I've come to realize something all too clearly recently. Amane is basically happiest when she's taking care of a man. The more hopeless and childish that man is, the more she enjoys herself. In other words, she's the sort of woman who tends to actively encourage the men in her life to become worthless. Play along, and one day I'll end up incapable of scrubbing my own back. Perhaps I should draw a clear line in the sand here. That is not helpful, because lines in sand are eroded by the tide.
I thought you were gonna say, because Yosemite Sam always steps over the lines.
Also true. That probably would have been a better reference, but it is what it is.
I'm not sure it is nowadays. I feel like that's a little outdated for some people.
Nonsense. Looney Tunes is timeless.
It is. Most of them. Most of them are timeless.
Touche. That is a very valid point.
You can wait around all you want, but I'm not gonna be taking a bath.
じゃあどうするの？
Read a book.
あ、そうなの？じゃあ私邪魔かな？帰った方がいい？
No, you can stay here, just don't say anything.
Well, no, I don't mind if you're here, but it's not like there's anything for you to do.
別にいいよ。私はただユージと一緒にいたいだけだから。
She just sits in the chair and just stares at him the entire time.
That's what I was literally imagining. Him reading a book and her just in the background, just staring.
She's just gazing lovingly at him. One eye closes, then the other eye closes.
So she never completely blinks.
If I blink, he'll leave. He's like one of the SCPs.
That a fact.
There may be a number of strings attached, but Amane is my girlfriend. That being the case, if she wants to stay with me, I'm not going to kick her out. But to be honest, I'm still uncertain about this woman in many respects. About her motives, about the depths of her feelings toward me. I don't think she's been subtle. I think she's been pretty clear about that. By coming in close contact with me on a daily basis, Amane will come to understand exactly how dull a human being I am. One day, she'll probably part from me of her own accord. I throw myself down onto the bed and begin to read. In my workplace, when someone asks, "What are your hobbies?" the young people will inevitably answer shogi or go, and the ones getting on in years will just as predictably respond golf or gardening. Didn't we already have this conversation?
Did we?
Yeah, because I think they were talking about safety hobbies to have and all that jazz.
Yeah.
All of these have something in common. They're exceptionally safe, conventional interests. Logical enough, because the company is never pleased to hear about a hobby that might strongly influence your way of thinking. It might sound like a joke, but if you respond, "I'm a film buff," they'd immediately ask, "What kind of films?"
Norbit.
That's a choice. Mention some...
Look, it is still, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes says. It is still one of those films that no matter how bad of a day I'm having, if I watch it, my day is better. Yeah, I think it's hilarious. I love it.
You know what? That's fair. I cannot begrudge you your creature comforts. I'm sure I've got a few like that.
It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense why I like that movie and don't like a lot of others that are basically the same thing? No. No sense. No logic.
It's Eddie Murphy doing Eddie Murphy stuff.
Yeah.
That's legit. Mention some extreme action movie or gruesome war epic, and you'll get a nasty frown at the very least. Answer reading, and you'll get the same treatment. In fact, the limited selection of books sold in the company store have almost all been strictly censored. So if you want to read freely, your only real option is to use an off day to sneak out to some bookstore in the city, then read your purchase in one go at some coffee shop or restaurant. Nobody cares how many nudie magazines or explicit pinups you leave lying around on your shelf, but a single mystery novel is off limits. It's a load of crap, honestly. You wouldn't guess it to look at me, but I'm a genuine bookworm. I've liked books even as a child, and ever since living with my master, I've been reading a little before bed every night at the very least. Back when I was in the company dorm, where reading was restricted, I'd scrape up all of the golf and gardening magazines I could find lying around. Poor substitutes for the real thing, but still better than nothing.
Springtime is a great time to play golf.
Fascinating. And none of this has changed. When I have empty time, I fill it by reading books. Right now, I'm perfectly free to read whatever I want. That's a genuinely wonderful thing.
ねえユージ、何読んでるの？
A book.
Just some book Sakaki finished. She was gonna throw it away, so I took it off her hands.
なんて本？面白いの？
The title and the author aren't important. Sakaki said it was garbage.
Feels like a cop-out.
ふーん。
It's a translated foreign novel, and according to the synopsis on the back cover, an aristocratic vampire, driven from his country and reduced to living in a public park bathroom, saves a homeless girl on a whim. Some sort of a love story, I guess. At this point, there haven't been any striking developments in the plot, but there was one slightly amusing scene where the vampire tried to make a street corner mailbox into his new home.
ねえ、女の子が部屋に来てるんだよ。遊んでよ。
Is the vampire a Muppet? That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I'm thinking like he tries to go to the trash can, it's already taken.
Hey, what's the big idea? Oh, sorry.
Alright, fine by me. What do you have in mind?
なんか楽しいこと。
Shogi, go.
Golf?
Gardening.
Be more specific?
と
Okay, just let me know when you make up your mind.
もうなんだよ。一緒に考えてくれたっていいじゃん。
No, this is Yuuji's reading time.
If you're bored, how about reading a book? There's a mountain of, ones I've finished right over there.
本ってこれ？
These things with papers inside of them with words? I point over Amane's shoulder, and she turns around to face a genuinely mountainous pile of books. Kyoji Watanabe, Wings of the Unknown. A.J. Sinclair, The Beast That Trembled. Moving Up the Ladder, The 7 Habits Holding You Back. Housewives' Friends series, Master the Character Bento. Hibiki Riku, Okada Lives.
ノンフィクションに海外ミステリーにビジネス書に料理本にティーンズノベル。もはや文字が書いてありゃ何でもいいのかってレベルの乱読っぷりね。
I mean, there's a wide range, so just pick something that appeals to you.
全部嫌い。
Then there is no pleasing you. You have the freedom to read, don't waste it. Or what, do you hate books?
Deal breaker. Relationship over. Get out.
別に嫌いじゃないけど、もっとなんかないの？
It's a literal mountain of books. I'm sure there's something.
She's like, I don't hate reading, but I like pictures. Hey, you, stop peeking under my bed.
Where's all the smut?
エッチな本でも隠してんの？
No, they're in the pile.
No, can't say that I am, but tell me, what were you planning to do if I was? Read them?
いや、ユージがどんな女が好みなのか、折り癖のついたページ見ればわかるじゃん。やっぱ巨乳派？
Well, you've already got that covered, I think.
Fifth. I played the fifth.
無視ですか？仕方ですか？頭の栄養が胸にいった女のたわごとにかす耳なんてないんですか？
But you made the joke yourself.
What do you want from me? If you're that bored, why don't you go watch television with Maki?
Or, counterpoint, she could use the mountain of books to make a fort.
せっかく二人きりなんだし、なんかして遊ぼうよ。つまんないよ。
You're lame.
Sorry, I do happen to be a lame human being.
I mean, it's not like I find the idea of playing around with Amane particularly unpleasant myself. It's just that I don't know any games that a woman would likely enjoy. Amane's not quite as easy to handle as Machina in this regard, since I can't just hand over some half-assed toy and expect her to amuse herself. But I guess the problem is really more on my end, since I'm drawing a complete blank on activities that an adult female would find pleasurable. Through trial and error, I've picked up the knack of appealing to women. There are a lot of quotation marks in this statement. To women when I need something, but that doesn't mean I know what appeals to them in general. That requires more understanding of female psychology than I possess. You mean there's not a book in that mountain for that? Well then, I'm at something of a loss. Let's see. What did the other women in my life do with their free time? My master wasn't particularly different from me. She loved to read, especially on rainy days when she didn't have anything particular to do. She was content to pass time with a book, a pack of cigarettes, and a pot of coffee. In fact, I think it's fair to say that my master is largely to blame for turning me into such a wildly indiscriminate reader as to earn Amane's scorn. Excluding her, I guess that irritating shaggy head Julia, aka JB, would be the woman I've spent the most time with. But she isn't a particularly useful point of reference. After all, when she got bored, that bizarre woman's favorite pastime was cutting my hair. Isn't it getting in your eyes by now? Want me to give you a little trim? As soon as those words were out of her mouth, typically before I even had the chance to respond, she'd hustle me off to the bathroom, wet my head, and snap her scissors together enthusiastically with the maniacal grin of an axe murderer. Within seconds, she'd be shearing off great chunks of my hair. She's just like Freaky Fred from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Naughty.
You've been naughty.
I guess it saved me money on haircuts, yes, but the woman would get so vigorous with her scissors that she'd frequently end up cutting my ear along with the hair. Even my saint-like patience gave way on a few occasions. But contrition is a foreign concept to that woman. In another month, she'd be brandishing her shears again. Anyway, I'm pretty sure cutting my hair isn't Amane's idea of a good time, so I've still got nothing. That said, if I keep up this silence much longer, she's probably going to get sulky, which I'd really like to avoid. I guess I should at least own up to this regrettable state of affairs. That should demonstrate that my intentions are good, if nothing else.
All right, I got it.
If there's no easy answer, we can just discuss the matter at length. I close the book in my hand with a decisive thunk. Apparently perceiving a mild tinge of irritation in my action, Amane jerks up straight. Her body trembling slightly, she looks up at me with puppy dog eyes.
怒った。ごめん。
No, I'm not really angry or anything.
You'd certainly think Amane is a tough, thick-skinned woman, judging from her habitually confident attitude, but that's nothing more than an act, assumed for the sake of those around her who need a big sister in their lives. I forget exactly when, but the girl once evaluated herself as a natural-born masochist. If anything, her true nature seems to lie more in the timid, faint-hearted side of things.
I'm gonna call it quits on reading. What do you feel like doing, Amane? Anything's fine.
Anything?
じゃあ、セックスしようか。
I knew that was going to be the anything.
I guess I don't mind, but don't you have other ideas?
ない。
Oh,
Well, guess there's nothing for it then.
Amane brings out her standard gag. Taking it seriously tends to lead to headaches, but at this point, I'm pretty sure she just wants me to pay attention to her. So I guess it won't kill me to play along with the joke every once in a while, if that's what she wants.
どうする？まずは一緒にお風呂に入ろうか。
Well, whatever we're doing, just let me know if I need to increase the text box.
You can go first. Don't want me staring at you washing yourself, do you?
Yes.
さすがユージ。女慣れしてるね。
As she speaks, Amane begins to undress in front of my eyes without a hint of hesitation. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
Might want to do that.
Yep. Forget which box.
テキストの設定をするわよ。
Yep, it's this one, I think. Yes.
Although you're right, there's a good chance she's just too tall for it to matter.
You know, but it helps in the long run just in case there's any other CGs that pop up. Erring on the side of caution.
Yeah.
She walks around half naked in the first place, so it doesn't even take a minute for her to get practically nude. As I watch her work, I begin to get slightly exasperated. Come on, how far is she planning to string this out? But in the next moment, she's peeling off her bra and panties as well.
Hey, hold it.
At this point, I'm no longer able to keep up the straight man role.
I was about to say, he's doing a really good job of that.
そうか、ごめん。もしかして私の服脱がせたかった？
Well, once again, the text box has done nothing, but that's fine.
It reminds me of Simpsons. The text box, he does nothing. No, that's not the problem here. Just how long are you gonna keep up this crappy attempt at a gag?
ボケって？
Hey, Amane, I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding here, but I just want to ask, just to be on the safe side,
おう。
are you seriously planning to do this?
Yes.
っていうか、もう服脱いじゃったんですけど、今さら冗談とか言わないよね。
Watch this be how the first time actually goes. Just like, well, alright, I guess I'm going along with this.
Don't you think you're rushing things here?
逆に聞くけど、男の子はさ、急にエッチしたくなることってないの？
Yes, that's not uncommon.
女の子にもあるよ。納得した？
No, not in the least.
あれ？
Spare me the incredulous groan.
What the hell is with this completely casual attitude? You'd think she was proposing a game of frisbee or something. You often hear that our culture is shifting toward Western norms, not only in matters of cuisine, but also in terms of sexual frankness. But is this really just the way modern girls are? I'm finding that hard to believe. No, that's just Amane.
You sure jumping into the thick of things for a girl who hadn't even been kissed as of a few days ago.
まあね。でもほら、一応私、あんたの彼女になったわけだし、エッチなことぐらいさせておかないと、よそで悪いことしそうだし、早めに処女あげちゃっとくかなって感じ？
That's one approach.
I see.
Okay. What am I supposed to do about this?
なーによ、不満なの？こんなエロかわいい子がエッチさせてあげるって言ってんだよ。もしかして少女はめんどくさいから嫌なの？だったらなんか適当にそこらのおっさんに破いてもらってくるけど。
No. What?
Idiot.
Judo chop.
If you're that desperate, I'll take it. Just don't go giving it to somebody you don't even know.
だよ、もう。そんな怒らないでよ。冗談なんだからさ。
Nobody's gonna laugh at a joke like that for future reference.
Her sense of humor may be seriously disturbing, but I've finally come to an understanding that Amane's genuinely serious about this. Maybe this should be the part where I gently drop my jacket around her trembling shoulders and say, "Don't overdo it." Like a cool, self-controlled movie protagonist or something. But when Amane's gone this far, it doesn't feel right to just reject her. And if I pulled that self-satisfied act on her after she's stripped to the nude right in front of me, I might well end up smashing her confidence as a woman to smithereens. Which might very well in turn lead to a nasty grudge, and her spreading rumors about my homosexuality and or impotence to our classmates. An exceptionally undesirable possibility any way you look at it.
Yeah, guess it can't hurt to give it a try.
According to my master, you spend way too much time worrying, kid. Sometimes you just need to pull the fucking trigger first and think later. Probably not the smartest attitude, but okay. Worthy advice. And I remember another warning of hers that seems relevant to my current circumstances. Look, kid, for future reference, when a woman's naked in front of you like this, the first thing you should do is compliment her. How often was your master... Anyway. I see. I refocus my attention on the naked girl before me. Specifically, I stare intently at Amane's completely exposed breasts. Good form? Quite supple? Quite.
Honk, honk. Nice tits you got there. Nice tits indeed.
Wipes off monocle, places it back over his eye.
だろ？触る？
For free?
特別だぞ。
Buy one, get one free. Money, time, patience. Normally, the men of the world sacrifice all sorts of things in order to obtain their women. And yet, a girl has just stripped off her own clothes and approached me on her own initiative. I really didn't have to lift a finger at any point in the process that brought us here. Maybe the morally correct thing to do would be to sniff daintily and tell her, "Goodness, miss, shouldn't we get to know each other a little better first?" But the world isn't that pretty a place. Normally, something that seems too good to be true puts me on guard, especially true when I'm working. When I subtract the bad from the good and find the former outweighs the latter, I'll instantly abandon the job. But if the good seems overwhelming and there's no apparent risk, I'll pull back just as quickly. That's how I've stayed alive. Such uniformly positive conditions are often the result of someone consciously constructing a pleasant facade in order to mask a trap. Oh, this isn't a facade.
For example, Amane, let's say you go outside one morning and find a brand new luxury sports car sitting in front of the dorm. keys in the ignition, and a scrap of paper on the door that says, have fun. What do you do?
とりあえず乗るかな。運転席に座ってみて、ハンドル握ってエンジンかけてみる。
Wrong answer. Even though you have no idea who it belongs to or where it came from.
ラッキーじゃん。とりあえず水温が上がるの待ちながらどうするか考えて、誰も何も言ってこなかったら近所をぐるっと走ってくるかな。
Well,
クラッチとミッションをいたわりながら丁寧にゆっくりとね。
I see.
and then I'd floor it.
なんなの急に。私に車買ってくれるの？
No, that's not it. It's a metaphor. Trying to explain my initial reluctance.
なんだ、チェ、がっかりだよ。つうか、なんで車で例えたの？
Well, I thought you would understand it with a car analogy, but clearly I was mistaken.
Figure it'd be easier for you to understand, I guess. Like I said, but in my brain. What, you want a car?
そりゃ、くれるならもらうけど。
Oh, what kind do you want, specifically?
2000cc の国産ターボ4駆。ちょっと待って、買う気？
How much would it cost?
待って、ダメ、冗談だよ。車なんていらないから。
But you wouldn't say no.
Oh, look, I was just asking. I didn't want to... Yeah, I didn't say I was gonna run nice.
じゃあ、なんでそんなこと聞くの？
Figure it wouldn't hurt to know what the woman I fell in love with wants out of life.
惚れた女って、私？
No, the other woman in the dorm.
No, Sakaki. I already told you. Who else would I be talking to?
そうだよね。彼女だもんね、私。
Honestly, before this scene, I was wondering.
Yeah.
Did you just notice? I mean, you're the one who proposed it in the first place.
そりゃそうなんだけれども、改めて言われるとドキッとするよ。
Not a problem. That's exactly what I was looking for. On an unrelated note, just how long do you intend to keep washing my head?
I gotta make sure it's thoroughly clean. As soon as I agreed to enter the bath with her, Amane immediately declared she'd be washing my hair for me. Why do women have this compulsive need to scrub a guy's head whenever they bathe with one? My sister, my master, and even JB all did the same thing. It's mystifying.
Is scrubbing my hair really that much fun?
To be fair, I can think of few things that feel as nice as a scalp massage. So...
Oh no, like, in real life, 100%, yes.
お風呂で男の子の頭洗うのってちょっと夢だったんだよね。ほら、私って一人っ子で弟とかいなかったから、友達が弟と一緒にお風呂に入った話とか聞いて羨ましかったんだよね。
Ah, okay.
You're washing Makina's head every day, aren't you?
マキナは女の子じゃん。やっぱお姉ちゃんごっこするなら弟じゃないと。
I need an adult.
I don't think that's gonna help.
That's why you dragged me into this ridiculous game? Okay, try to put yourself in my shoes here.
But we're in the bath, you're not wearing shoes.
なんか言った？
Nothing at all. Go ahead, keep playing with me like a toy while you can.
はーい、そんじゃシャンプー流すよ。目閉じて。
Ah, my eyes!
What? Got it. Oh, what?
Serving it up, Gary is away.
ごめん。ほら、ちゃんと下向いて。
That hurts, damn it. Don't push my head around.
どれどれ、ちゃんと綺麗になったかな？
Are you sniffing me?
Don't stick your nose in my hair either. Are you a dog?
Yes.
はい、じゃあ次は体洗ってあげる。そこで横になって。
Oh my god, text box, did you actually do your job?
What? This isn't over yet?
まだこれからじゃん。いいからほれほれ。
Calm down, woman.
It was doing its job, not that it helped for the transition.
Almost.
I guess your first experience does tend to inspire this sort of hasty excitement. I remember as much myself. Your nerves make it impossible to settle down when things get quiet, but you don't know what to talk about either. So, in order to avoid embarrassing yourself by babbling nervously, you end up pushing right into things in an almost forceful manner. My first time was pretty similar, to be honest, so I can understand the feeling. I guess it's alright to just let Amane do as she pleases, as my partner did for me, but... Well, the text box did not help for this. Whoop. Okay, this might be a good place to jump back in. Oh crap, it's Makina. Or maybe not, I don't know, we'll see.
I think that's a great place to jump in.
Wait, really? Okay.
Guess she finished watching TV. Hey, in here, Makina.
呼ばないでよ。こんなとこ見られたらなんて言い訳するのよ。
I don't think she cares.
Making biscuits?
Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Making pancakes? Do we need an excuse?
そりゃ、まずいでしょ、さすがに。
I mean, look, at some point...
She's gonna walk in. Oh, yeah.
She's gonna catch us. Yeah. This is inevitable.
Yep.
I mean, hardly think there's a need to keep it secret.
とにかく、あの子には私から説明しておくから、あんたは後からお風呂から出て、いい？
Nope.
He just yeets himself out the window.
Alright.
There's no need to hide it, but I guess it's not exactly something to show off either. Which is why we cut that whole section. Actually, we probably didn't even need to include that last part. We'll see. Thus, in a sad comment on the casual irresponsibility of modern youth culture, Amane and I made love for no real reason within a day of beginning our relationship. Of course, I don't regret it in the least, and I don't plan to make Amane regret it either. Personally, I approach this transition to physical intimacy as a fairly serious decision. Amane, on the other hand, appears downright nonchalant about it. This was going to happen sooner or later after all, seems to be the extent of her strangely composed thoughts on the matter.
いい？エッチしたくなったらいつでもさせてあげるから、もう変なお店に行ったり、他の女の子にちょっかい出したりしないのよ。わかった？
Not gonna lie, for a split second I thought I might have prematurely changed the text box back.
Oh, yeah. Now I already gave you my word.
これが最後の確認よ。右手を上げて誓いなさい。
I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
I, Kazami Yuuji, solemnly swear never to sleep with women other than Suo Amane from this day forth.
In this route.
よろしい。
Considering how casual she was about the sex itself, the shackles she's attaching after the fact are pretty tight. I've already got a collar around my neck, and now I've picked up a ball and chain too. But I guess that's probably just what it means to have a girlfriend. That seems like a toxic attitude to have, but sure. A girlfriend, eh? A girlfriend. I repeat the words a few times inside my head, but the idea still doesn't seem quite real to me. Girlfriend. No matter how hard I try to evaluate the ways in which this relationship will alter my way of life, I'm drawing a blank. The concept of going out with someone is just too foreign to me. That ignorance, in turn, gives rise to a wave of anxiety. I'm stumbling into the unknown here. There's a possibility I made a pretty crazy decision. Still, I suppose there's hardly any use worrying about it now. By this point, Amane's presence in my life was already slowly and steadily throwing me off the balance I'd grown accustomed to. But at the time, I lacked the perspective to understand that. Are we suddenly changing perspective from present tense to future tense reflecting back?
I was actually wondering that.
Yeah.
I was wondering that. Yeah. Okay, now we transition.
Yes, okay. Yeah, it raises the question, is this story being told from his perspective in the moment or in the future? Because the way he does foreshadow, well, I guess considering his internal monologue is sort of the omniscient narrator, it probably could be both simultaneously? It just feels weird for him to describe what's happening in the scene and then phrase it in a foreshadowing light.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much everything I've got. How about you?
I don't have much.
Fair. We've seen a lot, very little of which we will be able to show.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if we missed anything of particular note in the scene, feel free to mention it in the comments, because we were talking about books.
Accurate, actually.
Well, thank you all so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.